Hello, I am Matthew Falconer.
And this is Chris Waywell.
And we're the two behind Square World Films, and we are now on the third real boss in the Gilded Prophecy playthrough on Rift. This boss is probably a little bit harder than the Simon Says guy. He has mechanics which affect healing, which we'll go through later when they start happening. Basically, when we start the fight...
And he's like,
there we go. He's actually a pile of rocks, then he gets up and starts to punch you in the face. One of the most important parts of this fight is you'll see off to the right of the screen there's a little bit of a ramp that goes down. You shouldn't stand there because he has an earthquake attack, which isn't that one, a directional earthquake attack, which will knock you back, and if you get knocked back down that slope, he'll follow up with an earthquake that hits everyone for about 2,500 and increases later.
Is that only if you go down that slope?
No, he'll do it anyway.
Right.
If you go down that slope, your healers won't be able to see you and you won't get healed.
Yeah.
Which means the second follow-up earthquake will probably kill you. His major mechanic are these 4 pillars scattered around the arena. When he breaks one, crystals will spawn everywhere, and each member of the raid has to pick up 4. It's very important that you do that, because every crystal you pick up gives you a buff called the Power of Luxury, which increases your maximum health, mana, and the damage you deal, and stuff like that. Every time the boss breaks a pillar, he'll get a buff which increases everything he has, so in order to keep up with him and keep in check, you have to pick up the right number of crystals, otherwise you won't be able to survive when he does the earthquake. It did 2,500 before, and it did 3,500 then.
Ooh, what's going on there?
That's called the power or the call of gold. Basically, it's the golden laser can only come from broken pillars. And
so at the moment it can only come from that one?
So it can only come from that one, yes. It will hit a random person in the raid, and that person, before the laser expires, has to run to the column that the laser comes from. If they don't, then they debuff the entire raid, meaning they only take half healing as far as I'm aware. I think it's half healing. Yes, yes. If you stay tuned to the end of this video, you'll find a link to an outtake where we wiped because I got very unlucky with one of those lasers. But that's the main thing. You just have to keep an eye out as to who's being hit, and that's it for the lasers really. Anthem of Competence, which increases your run speed by 15%, is very important on this fight because it really helps people get to the pillars in time. He'll break all 4 pillars throughout the fight, and each time he does that you pick up 4 crystals again. I think it's if 2 people die, then everyone picks up 5, and then 1 extra for every dead person after that, so they keep in check, and they'll be able to finish the fight in time. He has some other attacks. He has, I think it's called the Force of the Core, or Touch of the Core, where it's basically the same eye beam that Anrak the Foul had from earlier, you just have to focus heal through it, that's all. As you can see, another laser there. Also, he will debuff one person with a big swirly gold thing, and if you have the big swirly gold thing and you're near another raid member, then you start to steal the buffs all your raid members have, and it takes them off, meaning that they won't be able to keep up with the boss. So every time you get a big swirly gold thing around you, you have to run out of the raid. As you can see just to the left there, and that person's backing off very well, so they've not damaged anything. The kind of gimmick mechanic on this fight is those graves will spawn ghosts. And there's a shovel in the centre of the arena. One person, which is never me, so I've never done it before, one person has to pick up the shovel, and then they will enter. When the ghosts spawn, one of those...
Is he just pick it up? No, he's got
No, you pick it up at the start of the fight, and the ghosts spawn later. When you have the shovel, one of the mounds will glitter. Right-click the mound and you dig up a treasure artifact, and the ghost will be more obsessed with the treasure than with actually killing the raid, and they'll go to the treasure and despawn, and that's the only real way to get rid of ghosts. It's not worth damaging them down. So the person with the shovel, usually ranged or melee DPS, has to take care of the ghosts, and it's only ever one person. Once the shovel's been picked up, if that person dies, you have to get them back up again, because as far as I'm aware, they don't drop it, and you can't pick it up for another raid member. The ghosts can be really quite problematic if you don't take care of them. As you can see now, one of them should scream out "Yes, treasure" when it happens.
Has he just done one? Or
you can see ghosts have spawned. It's just there by his left leg. And yeah, there you see going "Yes, treasure." And you can see just on the far left there's a rogue with our spade. And that's kind of the core mechanic for this fight. That only really affects one person. For everyone else, you just have to be careful where you're being knocked back and watch out if you have lasers. It's not uncommon for people to have lasers and the Hoover debuff at the same time. You can see that one person cocked up the laser there, and now everyone has the Call of Gold debuff, meaning everyone only takes half healing, which is what the Earthquake and the Call of Gold is there, so that if you cock up the laser, you won't be able to keep up with the Earthquake, and it'll wipe the raid. but our healers are very good at raid healing, so we're in no real danger at the moment. If you get another call of gold, like we appear to have had just now, that's 2 in a row, things can get quite nasty. It wasn't me that did it though, thankfully. That's in another video where I'm just... well, it's not really my fault, I'll be honest. I don't think it's me who wiped the raid in that outtake, but you'll see if you look at it. That's pretty much this fight. You only need 1 tank. I don't think he does anything that's particularly kind of tank hammering. He just kind of stays there and punches the tank. It's just you need to keep aware of when you have the gold swirly thing and the lasers. And the person with the shovel has to know what they're doing as well, because as you can see, more and more ghosts. And also the person with the shovel can be lasered. So,
ooh, imagine that at the same time.
Yeah, that can get quite difficult to manage. But so long as you're running around and you get the treasure chests up in time, you're fine. The knockback in conjunction with lasers, you can get quite unlucky and that can cause wipes, as you will see later.
I'll say.
It looks like we've lost a rogue, but we can still do this. You'll notice that he's now got 4 of those big... that's me with the golden swirly thing getting out of the way.
Sorry, 4 of those.
4 of those... he's broken all 4 towers now, so the laser can come from anywhere, and he's also been buffed 4 times. And that's me taking 2,500 damage per tick from the touch of the core, which again you just heal through. It's exactly the same as Anorak's I-beams, so nothing really new. And that's pretty much the fight.
It's nearly gone. Nearly gone.
Nearly gone. I mean, you probably need 1 tank healer, 2 raid healers as normal. And I think it's probably a good idea to have 2 raid healers, because if you do get a call of gold at the wrong point, then they can really help out in bringing things back. Because you've got 2 people healing everyone instead of just 1. The Hoover debuff, the golden swirly thing, can't be dispelled or anything, so you just have to run out the way until it's gone.
Are you a pain in the bum?
Yeah. That's more power of luxury. Oh, I stand corrected, he hadn't broken all 4 pillars yet.
No, I thought he had as well. Obviously not.
It might be that... oh, there are 5 pillars, that's why. I did not know that, I honestly just thought there were 4.
Brilliant. How long have you played this game?
3.5 months.
Oh, okay. Okay, it's acceptable now.
Well, yeah, I got into raiding relatively quickly, but...
You lost another one, man, but
yeah.
Well on the healing there.
No, the healers are really good on this. It's... yeah, you can see how hard the person with the shovel has to work to keep the ghost in check.
Yeah.
Is that me with a laser?
Yeah.
Yep. That's me not being a total spanner. If you run to the pillar, then you still get the heal debuff, but it's only on you and not on the whole raid, and it's only for 10 seconds. If you cock it up, it's the whole raid for 20 seconds.
Yeah, you don't want to go messing that up.
At this point, if everyone gets Call of Gold at the same time, it's usually a wipe. So... and almost...
oh, come
again,
on, give it up. Give
this
it up.
isn't a new...
There we go.
Again, this isn't a new 3D model for a boss, it's like a regular enemy that's been made big, which always pissed me off.
To be fair, it's a lot of effort.
It's a lot of effort to make a new 3D render, but I mean, I'd like to see something made out
Right,
of
what have we
gold.
got?
An axe, tickets. Oh, the impressive shovel, that's funny. It's the shovel you've been digging ghosts up with, or digging up treasure for the ghosts with.
Can you use it as a weapon?
Yeah, it's a 2-handed axe, I think. Or it's a hammer.
Cool.
It's for priests, it's for clerics, whatever it is. Yeah, impressive shovel. It's a 2-handed hammer that's for clerics. Quite a good one, actually. Plus 60 wisdom.
And that one well and truly battered.
It does actually look just like a normal shovel. It's not like a big golden shovel with gems and an eye in it or anything.
I'd much rather have just a normal shovel.
Yeah.
More fun.
That's me being on the top of the DPS parser, I think, at 632 per second.
Not bad.
It's quite a movie fight, so it's not bad for a pyro.
Right, so there's that one done.
There's that one. The next fight is Uraluk, who is a pain in the nuts, as you will see.